You woke up in a hospital bed with a sharp pain on your lower left abdomen. You groaned out in pain and heard shuffling to your left. Now realizing it, something was holding onto your left arm and tightly.
Hey, don't move. You'll open up your wounds.
A muffled voice said from under a blanket. It peeked its head out. It was your blonde friend, Kurapika. Hello? What happened, Kurapika? And why are you here next to me? Why are we here? What happened? You continued to ramble. You were worried. It seemed like you'd forgotten what had happened. Shh, please don't move, Wyan. I'll tell you everything, Kurapika said as he set you up against the pillow. He smiled kindly at you and patted your head. We defeated a troop member. You got injured, and we are at this hospital currently. Are you okay, Kurapika? Did you get injured? Are you hurt? Shh, I'm fine. Please calm down, Wyan. The blonde tried to calm you down. He looked worried, like anyone would in this situation. He started drawing circles on your back, and then he hugged you lightly because of your injuries. I'm next to you because I don't know exactly. Kurapika was cut off by Lɪṛdh barging into the hospital room. They both stared at each other, Kurapika with a scared expression and Lɪṛdh with a smirk. You know exactly why, lover boy, the tall friend screamed. Anyways, you're awake, Wyan, and so is lover boy. So, how do you feel? Are you hungry? Because I brought you breakfast. Lɪṛdh continued, walking in with a tray of breakfast in his hands. He placed it in front of you and sat down at the bed's corner. You should probably try eating with your left hand since you have the IV bag in your right elbow, Lɪṛdh advised you. He then looked over to see a pancaked Kurapika, and he smirked again. You groaned when you saw your left arm. It was red, with marks and indents from the hospital bed, but also from Kurapika. There was what seemed to be indents of part of his face and hands from holding on to you for what seemed like dear life while you slept. How did this happen? You asked while staring at your arm in confusion. Kurapika only buried his face into the covers and let out small noises to what seemed to be like crying. Lɪṛdh obviously noticed this and let out a chuckle. Well, you see, when you first got to the hospital, we didn't let anyone see you after a few hours of your surgery. Kurapika here was crying and begging to be with you as soon as possible, and even at non-visitor times. And Sapika, being the nice person that she is, moved you to this room and to a bed used for bigger people like the ones you see on the 1,000-pound shows. And also because Sapika is nice, she let Kurapika stay with you here and asleep with you. Hence those red marks on your arm, because he wouldn't let go of you, and that's the only area he could hold on to because of the injury of your abdomen. Lɪṛdh explained smugly while trying to catch his breath. Kurapika only made more embarrassed noises from under the covers, and you stuffed a biscuit into your mouth. Oh, I thought I was injured. You looked down at the covers where Kurapika was still making noises. You swallowed your biscuit and started to pat the covers in a loving manner where Kurapika was. Thank you for taking care of me, Kurapika. I really appreciate it. You reassured your blonde friend. Kurapika poked his head out of the covers with a warm smile. His face was red from the few tears he'd cried. He then rested his head on your shoulder and held your hand. I'll leave you two alone, your doctor friend said while trying not to tear up. Lɪṛdh stood up and ran out of the door, but being the sneak he is, and feeling that he was a matchmaker, stayed just close enough so he could hear your conversation. Ryan, I was so worried about you over these few days. I've realized that I can't be without you. I've always known that I had feelings for you, but now I think I fully realized it. Kurapika whispered, a rosy blush appearing on both of his cheeks. He adjusted himself, meeting your eyes with his loving gaze. Will you go out with me? Kurapika asked, timidly, a small smile forming on his lips. You took a few seconds to process this. You were overjoyed, but sadly couldn't jump up and down due to your injuries. Yes, I will, you said softly. Your whole body was shaking from excitement, and tears started to run down your cheeks. Don't cry, Ryan, I've got you here, Kurapika said, trying to also contain his excitement. Tears were also streaming down his cheeks, just like his partner. He closed his eyes and diminished the gap between your lips. A soft kiss was pressed on you, one with much love and adoration, one that somewhat officiated it all. Congratulations to the new couple, Lariel said shakily, tears also streaming down his face, just like you and your new boyfriend. He held a bouquet of light purple flowers in his hand that he brought from the nurse. I bought you these flowers because I felt bad for listening in on your love life, and also because they were on sale. Anyways, when am I going to become a godfather? I need answers, Lariel exclaimed. He only got confused and angry stares from his friends. Ryan is in a hospital bed, and we are not fit for children right now, or anytime soon. We are also not even married, and we also don't know if we even want children. Kurapika held you protectively while he spoke. You just sat in his arms quietly, processing what Kurapika had just said. Children? CHILDREN? You kept thinking to yourself, while it seemed like your mind was going to explode. I'm gonna pass out, alright? No, Ryan, you will not pass out. Only Laria will be the one passing out on a hospital bed. You hear me? Goodbye, Laria screamed as he threw the flowers on the table and ran out the door, screaming as if he'd gotten punished, which, in his opinion, he did.